Brothers, welcome back to DummyNation. Today we're going to be playing as one of the most upvoted countries in one of the videos we did. It's been a while. It was upvoted right when the new update dropped, and it wasn't a good one to start on with the new update. And I believe Paraguay, is it hard? It is a hard start. So it's Paraguay. Paraguay starts off landlocked in the middle of South America. It is the 96th best GDP, 107th population. GDP per capita is 104. We have a 86 level military power. Defensive power is also 86. I don't believe we start with any friends. We do start with a friend in Brazil. So that is lovely for us. Now, the problem with Paraguay is we only have one real natural target, and that is Bolivia. Now, Bolivia does start off with about 3 million troops. We start off with less than that, 1.99 million. We are a democracy. I don't know if there's any other autocracies. I think everyone's here is a democracy. So that's not going to, Liberator's not going to help us out a ton. So we're going to bring this down heavily, and then military service we're also going to bring down to a good degree. Let's go ahead and apply that. That will bring down our liberator or our democracy score. So actually I'm going to keep these up a little bit. Let's keep that about 50-50. It'll be a little bit expensive. And then let's go ahead and start recruiting some troops. Taking a look at our troops, what do we have? We have barely anything. Okay, so we need everything. We definitely need some tanks out there to provide us cover. We're going to get 2K tanks. I would love a little bit of helicopters, so let's get 300 helicopters. We are a poor nation, so infantry is not going to be that expensive, but we don't have a lot to recruit from. So I'm going to get a big unit of commandos. That's going to bring us down to 47%, and whatever we can get in gunners. We have 1.7 million to spend. We could definitely use some rocket artillery. Love to get 1,000 of these guys. And then, honestly, since we have so much money, I'm going to get a big unit of more tanks. So let's get about another 2K tanks if we can. It's close enough. And then we'll bank the rest of our money because we're not going to be making a lot. Social spending's got to come down. Everything else looks okay. Let's go and apply that. Actually, research can come up a little bit because we're not making a ton of money. And then research-wise, let's figure out what we want to do. Economic would be really good for us because we are a poor nation. So let's get some levels of economic research out there. We do start off with a little bit extra research because we're a poor nation, and we're going to go with self-sufficient economy. We're going to need a lot of friends here. I actually think smart taxation would be better, but we don't have enough points for that. So let's get a level of self-sufficient economy. It's beneficial no matter what. We can get a couple levels of that, and that would help us out a lot. And we're not making a ton of money. We'll see what we have at the end of this. Ideally, we need to attack Bolivia. The reason for that is if another country attacks Bolivia, then that's going to be a lot harder for us to push out because the most likely people who are going to attack Bolivia are Brazil and Argentina. And if one of those do, then we're landlocked in between a large country, and that's kind of game over for us. So let's recruit our troops and see where we stand. Now I'm going to move my troops on the border with Bolivia, just in case anybody does attack them, that we can jump on it quickly. And is there anyone else that would like to be friends with us? Anyone that Argentina would actually be a pretty good trade partner, so let's get a cheap peace treaty with them. We would like to get peace treaties with people who are going to live a little bit. Chile could be a good one, but I want to keep them open in case we want to attack them. Mexico. Let's get one with Mexico too. Now, does that hurt any of our other alliances? We're good. Bolivia is friends with Venezuela and Vatican City. So we have a little bit of money that we could potentially buy off Venezuela. That's all of our troops. Let's gather everybody. Bolivia, how big did you get your military up to? You didn't grow it? Good. Okay, let's go ahead and fight Bolivia. I'm going to double check really quickly to see if we can get a peace treaty before we do that with... Yeah, let's go ahead and buy this with Venezuela so they will not attack us. And we fight Bolivia. So the only one that should come over is Vatican City, but hopefully we can get most of this done before they do. Bolivia, your army is still mostly intact. We're barely even fighting it. We haven't taken too many losses, but where is your military? It's coming over in pieces. Looks like they were somewhere else. They might have been defending somebody, one of their allies. No, they're sticking mostly in the capital, mountain terrain. Okay, so that is the end of their army. So now we should be able to push. I'm not going to split the army. I'm just going to keep everybody together. But I do want to give a hard focus up north, where their capital is, but while they don't have any more troops, in the flatlands to give us access to Peru, who's most likely going to be our way out. And also because it does border Brazil, who I'm worried about will be joining in on the fight. Okay, that is Bolivia done. We are now 71 GDP. GDP per capita went up to 106, so not by a tremendous margin, but you also have to equate that a large number of the weak GDP countries have probably already been eliminated. Now, we don't have a way out. Our best way out is fighting Peru, but they probably have some allies. They are just allied to the Vatican City, but they do have 2.99 million firepower and then another 1.8 in reserves. We have 7.46, so we definitely could fight that out, but at the same time, I'm a little bit concerned about doing that, so I'm going to go ahead and just save up for a little bit. See if Peru gets weakened on their own. Same with Chile. Now, diplomacy-wise, we lost our alliance with Brazil. Let's buy that back. That should help our exchange rate. We're at 66%, so not amazing. Love more friends, but again, we need a way out. Peru is the 48th best GDP. That's a real tempting target. We just don't have any money to really push that. We're not making a lot of money, though. We're not really growing at any gigantic percentages. It might be worth pushing them down now. I'm just worried that we'd lose so many troops, it would be hard to recover. So I'm going to go ahead and wait. I'm just worried if I leave Peru alone, they're going to outpace me. I think we fight them. We don't have to take all their territory, even though we would want to. Let's make sure we fight in good terrain, though. Yeah, so we don't want to fight in the mountains. We want to fight up north, where we have the advantage in tanks. And hopefully we don't get their entire army at once. Looks like we're getting it in piecemeal. Oh, there's a big unit of reservists. Let's see, we still have 7.4. They're down to 2.6. So we've whittled them down a little bit. Still doing fine in our military. We don't want to sacrifice our entire military fighting Peru. But this really gives us a way out that we can take advantage of big nations falling. All right, capital is secured. We have an official way out. We're going to keep along the coastline because this is where most of their economy is, even though it's very mountainous. And just let the computer do it at once at this point, because if worst case scenario, we can always pull out. But love to attack along the coast and grab this economy. All right, we do have another point we can throw in self-sufficient economy. Bump up this a little bit. Exchange rate's low. But again, we can start being a lot more selective with how we fight after we win this battle with Peru. All right, that is Peru done. We are now the 40th GDP ourselves. Population 32. GDP per capita 80, so still nice and high. I don't really see any amazing targets falling right now. In fact, Africa is mostly unspoken for. Iran has fallen. Slovakia has done some moves over here. Look at them. They've cut the Czech Republic in half. Or is just Austria's gone? No, Austria's gone. Okay. What happened there? Okay. But let's look for a good GDP target that we could potentially jump in on. Let's see if there's any big boys over here in close to our neck of the woods. Jamaica doesn't have any troops. Let's go fight Jamaica. They don't have any allies either. That'll be an easy fight for us to get. Won't add a lot, but still adds a little. Let's make sure we go through a peaceful countries or take a peaceful route. Venezuela is our friend. So is these guys. Colombia, you are strong. All right. There we go. Jamaica's done. Costa Rica typically is a good one. They are friends with just the Vatican City. Let's get Costa Rica so it'll be easier for us to go east and west. There we go. El Salvador doesn't have any troops. They are also an autocracy. They do have a friend with the Vatican City, but I think we could get this done before Vatican City comes over. There, nice low, easy target for us. And now we got to start building up our troops back. We are very low on a lot of things. We could definitely use 500 more rockets, so let's get that ordered. And just kind of wait for somebody else to fall. We could also potentially jump over here. Looks like the Congo's gone. Bones still exists. We'll look for a target. Let's start grabbing these islands over here. That should be an easy one. Again, not a lot, but won't cost us anything. Okay, so we cleared out most of the Caribbean. The Bahamas, do you have any troops? No. You actually have a good GD. Oh, that's France. I was about to say, wait a minute. There's another country over here. There we go. We could get the Bahamas if they don't have any friends. They are great friends with Antigua and Barbados, who don't have any troops, and the Vatican City. So I think we go into the Bahamas. So far, so good. Taking a look at our exchange rate, we're at 63%. We definitely need another friend. We lost our friendship with Argentina. It's not expensive to get back. Could get an alliance with Cuba, but don't really want to. We need an alliance with somebody big if possible. Pakistan's not expensive, but they're dead. How much for a friendship with you? 35 million. Okay, so that's a little bit far removed. I think we go home for a bit. And by home, I mean along the coast, because we want to be able to react to stuff. Africa is still, there's still some things in Africa available, but not a lot. Like Namibia is available, but I want to save up for like a big fight. And then let's just make sure that we're not at war with anybody. We're at war with Costa Rica, because apparently they still exist. Peace out with them, I guess. That should make other peace treaties a little bit cheaper because we're not actively fighting anybody. How's the cheapest alliance? Anybody worthwhile? Nigeria could be worth it. India's there. Let's get India and Nigeria. Oh, I need to sort by diplomacy. That was the problem. Honduras doesn't have any allies or troops. Let's fight. They look like they got drawn into a war with South Korea, defending an ally. Let's jump on Honduras real quick. All right, so I think that needs to be it for our expansion because we're at 6 million, but we are 26th best GDP in the world. I think that's a really good start for us. Let's go home to our new pseudo capital, which we're going to make there, and start saving up for more troops. In fact, if we can get some tanks now. Our good buddy India is getting invaded by China, though. Yeah, that's going to be the end of India, and I believe we have a pretty long peace treaty with them, so we can't jump on that. Should have checked their troops first, but I just saw India and got excited. And I'm going to casually be producing some reservists just to make ourselves a little stronger. So we might be saving up for nothing. I'm going to go ahead and just attack Benin and Niger. Do you have an No, we'll still have the... I thought about attacking potentially one of India's allies, but we'll still have the peace treaty timer, which is not going to go away anytime soon. Oh, we can get an alliance with South Korea. Let's buy that. We ally them, so that should hopefully help our exchange rate out. It does a little, not a lot. What was the week review to? It was Benin. Do you have any allies? India? Doesn't matter. We're friends with India. I'm glad we made this choice because Spain's also pushing up to grab this. Where are the economic zones of Niger? Mostly here. Let's double check your friendships. None. We'll just push to cut off Spain. Mali's fighting us. Nigeria, will you defend me? Let's fight down Mali. They stop taking all my hard-earned gains. And we have 800,000. We should buy some more tanks. Try and keep ahead of those in the early game. All right, Mali's been defeated. They shouldn't bother us anymore. Let's finish up with Niger. Niger is also an autocracy, which helps us out a lot with our democratic solidarity, which makes me want to invade Chad, but I can't. They're too strong. Anybody else in autocracy over here? That's Spain. Liberia. Mauritania is. They don't have a lot of troops, but I think they have a lot of allies. Yeah, they do. So I think that is it for us. I think we saw a long time with our peace treaty with India. We do. Anybody else want to be our friend? Could get Indonesia. Let's buy Indonesia. See how that affects our other alliances. I wish there was a screen that would, like, you could click on a country to see, hey, getting this alliance, how would it affect the other countries I'm allied with? All right, now I think we got to chill out for a little bit. Yeah, ammunition shortage is rather high, so we're going to wait on this one for a while. And I think let's start passively producing a little bit more troops. Yeah, 32%. I'm fine with that. China's going after Russia. Is Russia gone? They are. Do they have any friends? Belarus? France? Wow, they actually have a good amount of friends. Did you flip? No. Yep, they're friends with Canada, the Philippines, Singapore, France, and Belarus. France is the one I'm the most concerned with. I couldn't fight France. I could fight France, but I don't want to. I couldn't afford an alliance treaty with them. Ah, that's a rough one to be in. I think we save, get another level of self-sufficient economy, get ready to fight India. I don't think we could really realistically jump on France, or excuse me, Russia. They do have Ukraine though. Gosh, that would be so beneficial for us. This is coming down. Canada, how many troops do you have? Ugh, it would just be so expensive. The United States gets away with it because they're allied to France. Yeah, there's nothing we can do in Russia. Everyone that gets to attack is already part of Europe or allied to Europe, so there's not a lot we can do. We could also potentially fight Mexico. They do have a lot of friends though. South Korea looks like they're getting invaded by, yep, they're gone. That's an ally gone. We can get an alliance with China for cheap. The United States is still expensive. India's done in 800 days. I think we gotta wait for that. Let's gather everybody over there. They are no longer allied to us. They have 2 million, so we have 17. Let's fight India. Grab this southern section that we can get. It's not the best section. Obviously, the best section's still up here, but we can't get there. So we'll settle for what we can get. Oops, Saudi Arabia. Hi, buy you off. Who are we at war with besides India? Just India now. Okay, that moves us up to 15th in GDP. We're not gonna be able to get this part, which is a concern, because this is still where most of their economy is coming from, because we'd have to go through China. We cannot get to Pakistan, unfortunately. So I'm gonna try and peace out with you guys now by that peace treaty. We have 14 million, so we lost 3 million in that fight. Not the worst. We'd have to go through like Saudi Arabia to get to Turkmenistan, to get to Afghanistan, to get to Pakistan, to get to India to finish them off. We just signed a peace treaty with Saudi Arabia, which looking back was foolish. But we do have some points for saving up for smart taxation. We have 1 million. What do we need? Rocket artillery. Buy a big chunk of that. I think we buy this with China. That's going to hurt our chances of getting future friendships with other people. In fact, we lost a lot of our friendships, but our exchange rate is at 65%, so we jump up rather high. Yeah, that cost us our friendship with Brazil, Indonesia, Nigeria, Mexico. So very expensive. Chad, how strong are you? Pretty strong. I think we try and get some of our liberator score back and start attacking like Morocco. Let's make sure we do this in a peaceful route. You'll be fine. You're the one I'm worried about. Well, we accidentally took out all of Chad's army, so let's go fight Chad. The Netherlands were allied to them. That's a surprise. We can buy them off though. All right, Chad was quick. We could also jump in on Sudan. I kind of want to be friends with Kenya, but they're a little bit on the weak side. Let's fight Sudan. That'll give us a lot of the alliances we're gonna have to buy off to fight Morocco anyways. We had a peace treaty with them. Frick. Oh, we got a lot of it. Egypt doesn't have any troops. We should fight Egypt. Okay, so right now we're just fighting Egypt and Saudi Arabia. Let's try and move up along the Nile. You were an autocracy, right? Thank God. So we'll get some things with Liberator. UAE's declared war on us. Do you have any troops? Yeah, you do. More than I would like to fight, so I'll buy you off. And let's just keep pushing up the Nile. All right, that's Egypt defeated, but it did take us our entire army. We're in a little bit of an awkward spot. We still have this group hanging out over there. and this group down here. So our entire army is like, what, 5 million? 4 million. So very weakened, need to save. But after that, we're the 11th best GDP, population 3 GDP per capita, 57. So we're in a good spot there. We just need time to build back up. And we can also get a level of smart taxation, which is going to help out a lot. We need to keep investing in that. And finding friends along the way. We need someone in the top 10. Why are all these people hostile to us? Holy cow. Well, let's end our wars. See if that'll make things cheaper for friends. Get Spain. Now let's get Spain out there. Oh, no, I thought we could. It's floating in the realm of possibility, so I'm going to go ahead and get Spain. And now I think we need to invest in our actual military. We're getting a lot of foot soldiers out there, but we need to start replacing some of our tanks, which are gone. We have 136 tanks, so we're in a bad spot, but we can recover. United States is becoming a lot more affordable. I think we save up for this because that will help our exchange rate out a lot. Actually, we might wait for this to come down and get another thing of tanks. Oh, they're at war with us. Cheap peace treaty out. Man, we were at like a close to 1 million to be able to afford a peace treaty with them. It's going to be a while, so let's buy some more tanks. Dang you, United States. We're trying to become friends with you, not fight you. Okay, we can buy an alliance with the United States. Let's get that. We'll change our exchange rate from 57 to 78. And that also basically protects us. So basically our money's more valuable. So all this goes into being more efficient, which is good for us. Economic growth is in a good spot. Again, we're still trying to build up the military for right now, back to where we were. In fact, did this army lose? No, there's this everlasting war with Ghana that's going on. I'm not going to get involved because they're friends with Greece and Denmark. Could get an alliance with France. That would be helpful. Let's get that because we border France right here. We lose our alliance with Spain and South Korea. South Korea is gone. Spain, we could probably buy back. United States, we're going to have to buy you back. Indonesia will buy you. And we're done with our peace treaty with Saudi Arabia. So let's go fight Saudi Arabia. We have everything ready. Good. Let's go. Saudi Arabia has 3.51 rockets. So it's going to be a hefty load on our tanks. We should be able to bust through that. And we can get a level of remittance. So let's start growing our economy a little bit. And then see who all declared war on us. Bangladesh, Colombia. We'll buy off those two. And we have 30 million, so we can split. And the United States is kind of fooling our grand plan of pushing up through Saudi Arabia, getting to Turkmenistan, Afghanistan, Pakistan, and then India, which we hate. There's still a little bit of an opportunity to do so. Looks like, yeah, there's still a little bit of land, so we really got to push for that. So let's, in fact, do we want to leave this? It's 2 seconds. We'll be fine. All right, we are through. Azerbaijan, we'd have to go through. No, we have access to Turkmenistan, who is friends with Zimbabwe only. It's a good time to push through them. Afghanistan, do you have troops at this point? How have you lived so long? You have 20 million troops. Our grand plan's been foiled. Turkey's gotten weak. What happened to Turkey? You flipped to an autocracy. Interesting. We do have 10 million somehow. We've gotten a lot of money. Let's buy 10 million worth of tanks. And that's Saudi Arabia done. So we moved up to 10th place, third population, 44 GDP per capita. Iraq would also be a potentially good target. They do have 40 million troops of their own, so maybe not. I'm going to fight through Turkmenistan over here, though. Okay, so we're done with Turkmenistan. Can we buy more friends? We need Kenya back, absolutely. They're a big powerhouse. Brazil for 1.6, I think is honestly worth it. Argentina, we got to get you back. Okay, United States is now our lowest friend. We have 8 friends. All pretty powerful, and we're making 1.2 million. United States is fighting United States, or Brazil's fighting the United States. United States is very weak. Hold on, how long is our alliance with the United States? 4K days. Okay, let's bring you home. They don't have a lot of friends either. It's unfortunately one of them's us. Okay, here's another option. We could take Mexico. Mexico's number 2 in GDP. Oh my gosh, we're jumping on Mexico. Your friends are Qatar, Colombia, Ecuador, Indonesia, Argentina. Yeah, we can definitely afford peace treaties with those guys. No one declared war on us, so let's split. Mexico's a huge get, especially because we can 1-2 punch this into the United States. But I didn't want to give Mexico the opportunity to build up. Yeah, we barely lost anything for this too. How are our ammunition shortage? Not that bad. Nigeria has declared war on us. Let's pop that. Okay, Brazil, do you want to be friends now? Yep. Okay, that is Mexico mostly defeated. I'm not going to worry about that because I want to immediately turn around and fight you. You are friends with Canada. We have a peace treaty with Denmark, Albania, Sweden, Ireland. Here, we can buy off a couple of these. Yeah, Greenland's 2 million. So it'll be Greenland and Sweden who we have to worry about. Sweden, how strong are you? 9 million troops. I think it's still worth the United States. So let's push the West Coast. No, let's push the East Coast. Let's just push straight up to Chicago. So you can peace out with Mexico. Don't need to wait for that. And we'll just get the United States for free. Okay. Status update. We've taken all of mainland. We currently sit as the number 1 GDP, number 2 population. GDP per capita is very high at 15. That is okay for now. We're just going to let the... oh, we still have all of Russia to get too. My gosh. Let's send a big unit over towards the eastern side of Russia. Let these guys continue on in Alaska. Now, how is our ammunition shortage? 0. Okay, good for us. And we can start affording some levels of sovereign wealth fund. So basically, after we finish off the United States, we're done for a very long time. Actually, I don't know if we can be done because we're at 66%. The world's going to turn on us. We got to make sure we maintain some alliances. Oh, no. Spain wants 32 million. If we become friends with China, that'll be too expensive. I think we're getting to the point where we might have to stop fighting down the United States. That hurts. We are making 10 million, but we only have 62 million in firepower. Let's finish off Alaska, then we'll call it quits and start working down Sovereign Wealth Fund. Okay, let's peace out with the United States here. 25 million. Fine. Let's go home because we are at the point where if we don't stop there, the world's going to turn on us, and we definitely need a lot more troops and technology in order to survive. We are only friends with 5 people, and I think that will go down now that we've stopped attacking. So what our goal here is to do is to get Sovereign Wealth Fund up very high. So we're going to be saving for the most part. We are still producing some ground units, only 15% of our economy. In fact, let's raise that if we can, especially reservists. Yeah, 35% seems good. Get a lot of ground units out there. So we look big and scary because we could, we can't win the position here. We have 60 million troops. China alone has 137 million. So if we jump any higher, we're going to start getting nuclear bombed. We're going to start getting attacked. So it's not worth it right now, especially as we only have 5 friends. We need a lot more friends. Okay, let's start spending a lot on research right now. Slow down our growth a little bit. If we lose world percentage, it's not the end of the world. We're going to go straight technology first, and then we'll come back to that. Okay, so we're going to finish up here. That's the last level. We're going to rebalance our economy to get things growing a little bit. How can we do that? Only growing at 2.2%. Let's see. Who can we copy? Who's growing really fast? Who's a big country? Let's look at progress. United States is growing at 3.76. Let's copy what they're doing. So we take a look at their budget. They have 20% into social spending. We're going to do the same. Research, we're going to bring down to basically 0 with them. Military spending's low. Liquidity's at 5%. Let's bring our military... No, let's keep our military up high. 2.95 is good. How's our military? 187. Yours is 69. But we know we can't chunk it down. We need to start going after weaker boys, probably some in the 10% range. So like Brazil would be potential. People hate Brazil. They have 126. Never mind. How strong are you? 5 million. You would actually be pretty good at this point. Diplomacy. 9 people. Canada, who we have a peace treaty with. China, we're going to have to buy off before we even start. We can buy off all these people though. So let's do that. And then let's continue our war with the United States. Let's start fighting the United States. Take a look at their troops really quickly. 5 million, reservist-wise, barely anything. So we can split a couple of times. In fact, a lot. Let's split in 4s and see who all declared war on us. Is China at war with us right now? We have a peace treaty. So far, just the United States. We can definitely split once more with everybody. Okay, and that is the United States done. So we have 63% of the board. We need to again start targeting people who have about 10%, somewhere around there. The world is very split. Japan would be a nice, consolidated, easy target. They have 11 million. Diplomacy-wise, they have a lot of friends. A lot of friends. We could definitely afford this. The only ones we couldn't afford is South Africa, Moldova, Bulgaria, Poland, Nepal, Uganda, and Sweden. I'm going to buy off the rest. I'm not going to buy off Greece. In Australia. I don't want to spend any money that people have a G on. I think we could still fight this though. Let's bring everybody over. Get ready for a fight with Japan. Buy back some of our actual alliances. Oh, that brought us down to 1 million. We had a G. We must have peaced out with somebody too expensive. Well, now we need to save up because we need to have money to peace out with people. In fact, let's check out who we're at war with now. I think we still try this. Let's just try it. Yeah, so we peaced out with everyone. Japan. How's your army? 6 million. Let's just start splitting, get this done quickly. All right, that's Japan done, I think. Yeah, Japan's been defeated. Okay. Let's take our troops, send everybody home. 155 million. We need to save up to get our big bonus from the Sovereign Wealth Fund that we had. We spent a G. Ideally, would like a lot more than that. We're growing at a rate of 2.5%, which will keep us competitive. Italy's now in second place. China's really weak. China, what do you have? 13%. You would be a really good target. How's your diplomacy? You are friends with 12 people. Yeah, let's start saving up again. Try and get a couple G's, because once this number gets up high, it cascades very quickly. Turkey would be a really good target. Troops-wise, 10 million. They're an autocracy. Let's go fight Turkey. A rare opportunity to fight Turkey. Let's take advantage of it. Turkey has only 10 million troops. They are friends with Nigeria, Denmark, Indonesia, United Kingdom, Vietnam. We have peace treaties with 4 of those. And Colombia. This should be a pretty easy one. We could also buy off Nigeria really quickly if we needed to. They only have 6 million troops, though, so I'm not going to worry about it. And this should make us friends with a lot of people. A lot of people should like this because Turkey is an autocracy. And I'm going to go ahead and take this moment and bump up military service a little bit more. Azerbaijan's also an autocracy. Friends with Germany, South Africa, Nepal, and Sweden. We have peace treaties with 3 of the 4 of those. Let's take everybody and fight down Azerbaijan. Okay, now let's go home for now. So now we have the 5G we wanted. Let's check out diplomacies. We've lost all of our friends. Let's start buying some of the cheap ones back. Okay, 73%. If we bump that up a little bit, we can start invading. It's just about who do we want to invade? Who's not popular? I think the answer is China. They have 147 million plus 89. Yeah, we gotta build up. What would we need to fight China? We would need we need attack helicopters. Well, let's take a look at our military. They have 5,000 tanks, 10,000 rockets. We have 20,000 tanks, 15,000 rockets. So we probably need another 10K tanks, and then probably another 10K rockets, and then probably another 2 of these. And then we will get a big unit of aircraft as well. Okay, so now we have 300 million. Brazil's got half of that. China, it's got kind of the same, but how many reservists does Brazil have? 54. Maybe we need to pick on a smaller target. Italy would be ideal. South Africa, it would probably be the best. They only have, or they have 1 million reservists, 24. Diplomacy-wise, they're not friends with that many people. I think we go into South Africa. Okay, now who's all declared war on us? Poland, Israel, Sri Lanka, and Germany. Okay, South Africa is gone. I would love to take a big swing. Pakistan has got 5%. I think we could take Pakistan. Let's finish off South Africa, though. I think this is a good time to fight China, though. It definitely could be. 200 million, basically. We have 286. Let's fight them in India. I want to check their bonuses, though. If they have guerrilla warfare, I'm out of here. They have blind nationalism, which is going to hurt. You have democratic solidarity? Oh, you flipped. Okay. Who all declared war on us? Buy, and buy. Not going to spend a G on Myanmar. So we are unfortunately having to fight Nepal, who you had their troops is 12 million, and Myanmar, who's 6 million, because they want multiple Gs to be able to peace out with him. China's down to 60 million. We have not touched the reservists, or maybe we have. Wait, is that all the reservists? The reservists are gone. So we paid a pretty heavy price to not even have fought their military yet. Ammunition shortage is gone, so we got to pull back and see what we can do about a peace treaty with you. Buy back some of the cheaper peace treaties we can. So we're not in a good spot. Okay, I think we need to be a little bit more selective with where we hit. China. Is this China? Yeah, let's get South Korea. Okay, that's good. Go home. I forgot about the ammunition shortage. We can do recruitment for that, right? Arms industry, 7.15. Unfortunate. We are growing at 3% though. Everyone but China. How many people are growing faster than us? We're growing the 14th fastest. Is it enough to gain percentage on people? And what is our reservists at? Our reservists are at 47 million, so we can definitely firepower, so we can definitely hold back China from taking back any land. And I think now maybe we consider start production. What would this be? Let's start that. No, this is a waste of money. Take this all down. We'll just mass buy. Bring this down to, yeah, 33%. That's good enough. I think if we can keep taking pot shots at China when our ammunition shortage is low and keep refilling in the meantime, I think this could be our strategy to victory. We are still growing. We have 3 friends, which is not a lot. China is a democracy though, which is like the problem. But they just have so much land, so many friends. Yeah, we need to invade Pakistan. I don't think we can invade China anymore. All right, Pakistan is done. We are so weak though, we gotta go home. Send everybody home. We gotta figure out a way we can start getting friends again. Thailand, are you even strong? You are pretty strong. Let's get a peace. Are you please be a democracy? You're an autocracy. No, we don't need friends with autocracies. We need friends with democracies. I think we just need to be peaceful boys for a bit. And we got to figure out how we're going to get through this minefield. Now, the problem is we really can't grow higher than this Because if we take down liquidity, this kind of ruins our entire strategy. We can't bring down military spending down even anymore. We could potentially stop producing units and see if we could win economically. But that's a big gamble, especially when we don't have a lot of troops right now. We only have 82 million. Brazil sitting on our border has got 149 and is hostile to us. So I don't think that's a realistic option. I do think we need to start building back this a little bit. We would love to get a couple units of tanks. Let's in fact just get 2. It'll cost us a lot, but we'll recuperate. It should hopefully give us a little bit more defensive power that others don't want to engage with. And we gotta let the world settle here, I think. Granted, we're still at war with China. I think going to war with China was a bit of a mistake. It's just bleeding our reservists at this point. How many reservists do we have now? 26 million. It's mostly because we're still fighting China. How much for a peace treaty with you? Trillion. If we peace out with Brazil, here's the thing. Here's what I'm thinking. China still doesn't have any troops. We look at their friends. Germany, Sweden, Poland. Let's take a look at that. Germany, troops. Poland, Sweden. Not that much. And I don't know how many would actually come over. Italy doesn't have troops. It's just really Brazil who has troops. So if we bought off Brazil, we could potentially make another big push into China, which could get us really close to winning the game. Or we could wait for Spain to fall, which would be the slower but more probably. The only problem with not invading China is they're just bleeding our reservists because they really want Korea. You know what? Here's the plan. Peace treaty with you. We go back into China. We pick off the most valuable parts of China. So here, get an army to split and go down here. An army to split, go here. An army split, go here. Let's take the fight to them so they stop trying to take Korea. Bangladesh, 25 million. 50 million for a peace treaty, though. That's worth. And we'll just kind of see who comes over here. Germany's here. Can't buy them off. How big is our troop size? We're still at 100 million. I just would like to consolidate groups a little bit. So you just come up north. I would like to push away from their capital. So let's send some of these units down south. And so far, it looks like we've bled the world of most of their troops. Oh, Sweden with a big one. It's 2 million. We're at 20. That's fine. No one's really sending over a big army anymore, so I think we just keep pushing. We're at 82%. China, how much population do you have? You have 13. So it wouldn't technically be enough even if we get all of China, so we have to keep that in mind. And Nepal's actually turned on China, even though they are still attacking us for some reason. No, they're turning back. They're now fighting China themselves. I think we push this for as long as our peace treaty with Brazil runs through. Once Brazil, that starts to run low, we got to be really careful about them entering the war. So if we were to go off them, they are at war with us. Okay. All right. Here's our hard line. Once we get to 80 million, we're going to stop. Brazil can enter the war at any point now, which is, I think they're already at war with us, but they're not engaging us. So far, so good though. 85%. It is possible to get the victory here as long as Brazil doesn't enter the war. Let's start pushing into Beijing right now. We just keep spawning a unit of reservists here that keeps fighting directly in their capital, so we just need to move this off the front lines. Move their capital, will go somewhere like over here. It'll be a lot easier to fight them down because they'll have to travel a lot farther. There we go. Beijing's moved, or their capital's moved. That's a big get for us. Now they're gonna have to travel from very far away to come to fight us. Okay. Let us take a second and rebalance our armies. Let's bring everybody together. There we go. Say, and then split them back into 4s. Way everyone's combat effectiveness is just a little better. And we have reached 90%. China is down to 5% for everything they have left. There's no real easy target other than Argentina for 11%. Let's fight down the rest of the easy land in China, and then I think we're going to turn and burn on Argentina. They don't have that many friends either. Troops wise, they got rocket artillery. Love a unit of combat aircraft. Let's get a little bit of that. Once we get up to like 92%, we're going to leave China. We're going to turn, immediately go to Argentina. All right, we're at 92. Send everybody home. Let's try and get a quick war with Argentina done. Now, Argentina has barely anything left. They have 13 million reservists, and that's it. So once we get our army home, we should be able to get this done and win the game. Okay, everyone's home. Let's invade Argentina. Let's just double check. We are already at war with them. Great. Fight them. Split into 4s again. Let's shut down everything to grow fast. All right, we're at 98%. Yeah, this is going to be it. Our longtime friend Argentina gracefully held on to this land for us so that we could come back here at the end. Sri Lanka's invaded us. Can we stop people from doing that? No. Don't turn this into another Pakistan. Okay, the world's invading us. We gotta stop it. Sri Lanka, you got 10 million. Freaking Indonesia. Okay. Let's go try and fight Sri Lanka down. Wait, Nepal? Nepal. How much does Nepal and Indonesia have? Paul's got 1. Sri Lanka. It's just because Indonesia took our Japan land. Should have played that slower. Let's go fight down Sri Lanka. Is there anyone guaranteed that we could get, like, let's see. Nigeria's got 5%. Nigeria, if you don't have troops, Nigeria is our target. That's our target. That's how we're going to win this. Okay, United Kingdom invading us. Let's see if we can buy that off. We can't. Come on. 98. 99. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Somebody else is invading us. Somebody else is invading us. Oh, we did it. We did it. Oh, we beat the curse of the 95%. We got it done. Look, the United Kingdom was taking away. Wait, who is that? Is that the United Kingdom? Yeah, they're taking away our USA holdings, which would have been a real peril. Fortunately, we found Nigeria at the end to get the victory. The 95% is very tough. Really, once you get above 70%, life gets really terrible for you. But that was Paraguay. If you have a nation recommendation you would like me to play as next, put it in the comments down below. We'll play as the next, or the most upvoted country next. But for now, thank you guys so much for watching. If you made it this far, hey, give the video a like. It honestly really does help a lot. If you're new around here, subscribe for more. We put up videos a lot of the days. But for now, I'll see you guys in the next one.